Welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I am Jefferson Alonzo Greene, aka The Jag.
I'm Pete Trerice, the Encyclopedia.
You damn right. And today we're talking about Bar Wrestling 49, Invasion of the Secret Santas. This is match number 4, I believe.
This is right before intermission.
Right before intermission. And this one is I think this is my first bar wrestling match with a special guest referee.
Absolutely. We had the wonderful, the illustrious, the gorgeous, and vivacious.
Vivacious. I love this word. Look at me.
Gail Kim.
Look at I call you the thesaurus, not the encyclopedia. My goodness. Gail Kim came out looking magnificent in her special.
Impact legend, WWE, future Hall of Famer, should be a Hall of Famer in WWE.
I mean, like, that.
You're talking about an icon, one of the greatest female wrestlers ever. And we're talking Trish Stratus, you know, that level.
I know. See, I'll be honest. I missed a lot of Gail Kim.
Sure. And that's totally the thing is, at least with Impact Plus, we can kind of get you in there and you can see the post-E stuff. So as soon as she left WWE, she was given like the Kurt Angle treatment in TNA.
Okay.
So pretty much as soon as Kurt Angle left WWE to go to Impact, he was like their banner guy.
The guy, yeah.
This is exactly it for Gail Kim. Like
so
she is the everything to Impact.
All right. Well,
and she earned it because she crushed it with Kong and so many other people.
Okay, cool. I'd like to see that
for so long.
All right. Well, she came out to the ring and the people were excited. They were going hard for Gail Kim, of course. And then the people that came to the ring were none other than Anthony Greene and the Platinum Hunnies. Now, the Jag is going to shut the hell up because I don't know much about them at all.
You're gonna let me gush. You're gonna let the Beyond guy gush.
Yes. Go ahead.
So, first off, Joey, thank you. Thank you for bringing Anthony Greene and the Platinum Hunnies, Ava Everett and Angel.
Angel, I like Angel.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I think a lot of brothers like Angel for obvious reasons.
Both of them are phenomenal. All three of them are superstars from the Northeast.
I believe it.
Anthony Greene, literally after this, they left. They went and got some In-N-Out. They went and got to the airport because they had to do Beyond. They had to do Uncharted Territories.
Okay, very nice.
So literally, they're on one coast. The next day, they're on the next coast. And guess who they were with? The one, the only, the illustrious Jake Atlas.
You're damn right.
We'll probably get to that eventually, guys. Yeah. But let's get back to gushing about these guys, the Platinum Hunnies.
Yes. Now hold on one second, because I know, because you're a fan of Beyond and because you are the Encyclopedia and you know everything, can you tell me a little bit about Anthony Greene and what his story is and some peaks points on Mr. Greene?
Sure, absolutely. So there's a video, and we'll have it in the notes, that there's a little 4-minute video that Anthony actually recently put out on YouTube that kind of explains that he is the retrosexual, he's on the Retribution tour and kind of what that means. So he's been working for a long time in wrestling, like 15 plus years or so.
Wow.
So we're talking about a seasoned veteran. He runs New England Pro Wrestling School.
Nice.
So he's teaching, the next generation. So you're talking about a guy that's a huge amount of skill. He's just on Evolve now. He's done the last couple of pay-per-views.
Nice.
He's starting to catch probably the eyes of the people, possibly in Orlando.
Nice.
I mean, you saw a completely polished package. With, the Hunnies and with Anthony.
From somebody coming in completely ignorant, they came out and they looked like a well-oiled machine.
And the crowd was reacting.
The crowd was ready for these guys, man. He came out with the we call them Zupas?
Yeah.
And a freaking fanny pack, a shiny fanny pack. He has retro right on the back of his jacket, so I kind of
So instead of it being a Ribera, it says retro.
Okay.
So so that's kind of the whole thing Anthony just has so much skill. I mean, he's a tall guy. He looks kind of skinny, but he's actually built and really solid.
How is he on the microphone though?
Pretty good.
Really?
Pretty good.
Now, I know you did an interview, or Deshaun 2 Cents, you got to follow him. He did an interview with Anthony Greene after bar, so you should be on the lookout for that so we can hear, a little bit from Anthony Greene. I don't know what Sean and he talked about, but I imagine
mostly just kind of his rise in the last couple of years and how that, this retro tour is really kind of, I think he was struggling to find the gimmick, what made him him. Okay. And I think that's kind of the same thing that we'll hear as we're going through it is that really, it's about you being turned up to 11.
For sure, yeah.
And that's really what this is that Ava, especially, 100%, just her turned up to 11. She's, got that All That style shirt that says Ava Everett on it.
Oh, yeah.
She's the 90s, her gimmick's that she's a 90s kid.
Okay, I recognize the All That logo right away.
So, yeah, totally. Like I said, we get what her gimmick is. So it really is her.
Yeah, okay.
Just turned up to 11.
Turned up to 11, okay.
And that's with Retro AG.
Now, you know who else is turned up to 11?
Does he like pina coladas?
And getting caught in the rain. You absolutely right. Joey freaking Ryan. Now, I gotta say, that's actually very, very apt point that you just made about turning it up to 11 because Joey Ryan just posted on his social media his first ever dong flip, which I think was 4 years ago.
4 years ago this last week.
Yes, and so
at the time of recording.
Yeah, at the time of recording, which is interesting because if you would ask me, I'd say he's been doing it for 10 years, you know? But it's only been 4 years, but it blew the F up. He posted a picture of two pretty well-known actors, Kim Jong and some other guy were reenacting the dong flip. Right. I mean, come on, man.
When it's made it that far in popular culture.
This dude is taking over.
When it's being parodied or you're seeing any semblance of it redone by anybody else, you know you've made it.
All I gotta say is this, man. I have the utmost respect for Joey freaking Ryan.
100%.
Because not only has he created bar wrestling, he told me also was one of the creators of PWG. And the man has an amazing gimmick that literally takes him all over the world, wrestling the best of the best, and he's doing it with his business, with his junk. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And doing it completely on his terms as well. And I gotta applaud him for doing that because I think, now we see it, but 4 years ago when this was just getting out, they're like, this is stupid, he's ruining the business, he's the worst thing happening, and then all of a sudden everybody, it's one of those things that you just don't understand.
I was one of those people.
I say it the same way, like people go back and they look at Memphis wrestling and they say, I don't get it. Watch Memphis Heat. You'll understand kind of how that is. It's one of those things that once you understand, you totally get it, and guess what? More power to him for crushing it because he's doing it everything on his terms. Impact, he's at Impact because he wants to be there. They want him there.
Exactly, and I was just about to say that. He's at Impact because he could do business on his terms. He said, he posted it online, I signed with Impact because they're at the top of their game, which I agree, Impact is at the top of the game. I'm not gonna talk trash about AEW today, but in my opinion, it goes Impact, AEW. That's my opinion, but they're at the top of their game. And they allow him to do all of his independent dates. He can still do bar.
Absolutely. And people that are signed to Impact also do a ton of stuff that appear on IWTV.
Absolutely.
Ethan Page has his own promotion that he runs. And then he does a ton of stuff that's all in that Canada, Michigan, Ohio area, the Midwest area. He does all those shows as well. So he's able to still do those dates. They give them the flexibility to do.
It sounds to me like Impact equals higher profile, higher visibility, but you still have freedom. You still have freedom.
They respect who you are as an individual and a performer.
So I'm going to just go on record right now, Encyclopedia. I hope I'm not overstepping, but the Jag would love to sign with Impact. Hey. I'm sure the Encyclopedia would love to sign
as a longtime fan that's watched everything from the Asylum years going forward, being a huge Scott D'Amore fan, I mean, we could go on and just about all the people that are behind the scenes running that show. There's phenomenal.
So I don't know any of the names that you just mentioned because you're the Encyclopedia and I am just a loudmouth frog
Team
over here
Canada
talking trash.
stuff. I'm gonna make him watch the Asylum years now because he's got the Impact Plus. If I stopped watching right when those were happening. If I knew that was happening on a Wednesday night in 2002,
you'd have been on.
I would have been on it because we were already throwing house parties with kegs of beer and everything.
Okay, nice.
We would have done that and said, hey guys, come watch wrestling.
All right.
Come drink beer, come watch wrestling, or play foosball.
There are fewer things more exciting and more gratifying.
At that time when I'm in my early 20s, that would have been perfect for me. But I didn't know about it.
But all I know, let's keep it real, and without saying too much, we have quite a few people that we enjoy, that we know,
that are there,
that are at Impact.
Especially Tessa.
Yes, I would love.
Greatest story, and sorry this is kind of like an impromptu plug for Impact, but there's been a huge year-plus long build to Tessa actually wrestling Sami Callihan for the title.
Yes.
And on top of it, then there's the story in between of her wrestling Jake Crist for the X Division title, and Brian Cage getting the title, and Sami getting that off of him. So, gee, this was all done in the last year, and you say Impact sucks. Why? I don't know. Most of the title stories have been everything I wanted to, and that's why I love Sami. I love Revolver. When you're on High Spots, you can watch all the Revolver stuff.
Okay.
Sami's doing the wrestling the way we want, by him, for us. Yeah. He's doing stuff that doesn't insult our intelligence.
All I know is that they have some very intricate storylines that have played out over the past few months that I personally am invested in.
Year plus.
And year plus, okay. I just started paying attention to any wrestling whatsoever in August, people. We started the show in the end of July. So I just started watching wrestling again in freaking July, and Impact has been on my radar. They are doing...
No, and I can continue because we can actually point to this show right here. These shows that were right here. This show was the week after Slammiversary.
All right.
And it was Penta and it was Sami Callihan in the cage. First time they ever had a cage match at PCW for the title. And Sami got his nose broken when he got the package pile driver from Penta.
Wow. And
Sami had previously, the week before, had his head shaved because they were in for Impact. That was the Slammiversary main event.
See, if you guys...
that's like legit. Like, you're seeing those stories continue to play out over here.
Yeah. Now, if you guys didn't know, this is the Encyclopedia's Shrine, okay? The Shrine is a collection of signed posters that he's gotten from PCW Ultra, which is one of the best local promotions in Southern California. I mean, it's one of the best promotions in the world, in my opinion. So
sure, and you're going to see them on High Spots. If you watch High Spots, you're getting all those. If you don't have that and you have Amazon Prime, guys, guess what? Type in PCW Ultra inside of Amazon Prime. You have top-rated, top-tier shows. ACH. Hey, I remember that guy. He had like a bunch of really good matches. Oh, you know what? He wrestled Chris Bay at PCW before he went to the E. And you know what? That is a wild, wild match. I think that was from this show right here, from the May the 4th show. So you know,
May the 4th be with you.
All I'm saying is
we made a big left to talk about Impact Wrestling, but you know what? They freaking deserve it.
Oh, for sure.
And Joey freaking Ryan, who is now an Impact employee or signee, is killing it. And of course, this match, getting back to the match with Anthony Greene and the Platinum Hunnies versus...
to set it up, it was Joey Ryan and two mystery partners. Yes. So it was awesome that Heather came out and we're like, okay, well, who else could it be? Who else could it be?
Who's going to be the partner? We had no idea.
Laura James.
Laura James.
The other Bay. The Killer Baes reunited. Secret Santa Joey Ryan, thank you.
Now this is the original Killer Baes, right?
This is the Killer Baes.
This is the OG. All right. Hey, look, again, this is something I didn't quite understand, but the crowd went nuts, so I knew it was a big deal. And I'll tell you what, they had chemistry, people. You could tell they'd worked together.
The Killer Baes forever.
You could tell this was something special. And so I'm gonna let the Encyclopedia tell you what happened in the match because he can appreciate it much more than myself. But this was a fantastic match. We got two women on one side, two women on the other side. We got the Retro Man, Anthony Greene on this side. We got Joey, Mr. Pina Coladas himself, the Dong Master on the right side. And the action was about to get started. Oh, look at the girls in the fur coats just killing it, looking good. And of course, Gail Kim's over there as a special guest referee. So,
well, guess who got the lollipop?
Oh, yeah.
Sean's sister on her birthday.
The birthday girl gets a lollipop. Please get tested.
But so yeah, the match started off with Joey and Anthony, and of course, you know, it's a Joey Ryan match because guess what he asked him to?
He asked him to touch his
he asked him to touch it. And this is fantastic. I mean, look at hashtag Peace Pick. So we're going to be seeing these looks from Joey.
Yes.
And this is what this match is all about, guys. We were talking about it earlier with the Yuma match.
Yes.
Watch these reactions from everybody working in this match.
Absolutely. Now the facial expressions. These guys are 100% invested in what's going on inside the ring, even if they're on the apron. Look at Gail Kim. Everybody was just killing it in this match. Now you see Joey Ryan's asking him to touch the dong. He's not having it. Mr. Anthony Greene's not having it. Couple close calls where Joey almost gets him to touch the dong, but no, he breaks out of it. And then, of course, the girls, they want to touch the dong. So they want to get in the ring so they can touch it.
And we see this of Ava and Angel.
Yeah, there's a little bit of disagreement about whether or not they're going to get to touch the dong.
Yeah.
And then, well, I'll tell you what happened next. Mr. Anthony Greene says, you know what, screw it. I'll go ahead and touch the dong. And so he reaches out for it, and next you know,
shoots the leg.
He shoots the leg, takes him down. Now, of course, Joey goes for the tag, and the girls get in the ring. Now, tell me about this spot right here with the buns of steel. What's going on here?
So that's just something that Laura's always done in matches.
Okay.
Even though she is a little shorter in stature, she's got a bountiful booty that brings the pain. So that's kind of the whole idea of that, bouncing his head off of there. And then we see this picture as well of her, you know, springing into action.
Yeah. That was fantastic. Oh yeah, and then we got the butt.
And then the face wash, and then
and a Bronco Buster. Yeah, for sure. That was pretty awesome. So we got the Bronco Buster, and then Shades of Sunny Kiss. I don't know if she did it first or if he did it first, but she said I think she told him to consume her buttocks.
Oh my!
Not in those terms. Yeah, but yeah.
And Anthony was like, "Yes, please, one more."
Yeah, he was all about it. Now, of course, Joey Ryan gets back in the ring. Anthony's in the ring, and it looks like it goes crazy, of course, now.
He starts having the ladies in. You see Angel just absolutely taking it to Joey.
Yeah, she's killing him there. This is fantastic. Now, Pete's Picks are always going to be awesome, people. If you're not familiar with hashtag Pete's Picks, just go search that on Instagram, search it on Twitter, and you'll see a lot of Pete's Picks. But even that, you can't even understand the depth. The literally thousands of pictures this man takes. And you can see right here in the ring, the girls are going at it back and forth. Look at that face. Look at that face. What's her name?
So yeah, we've got Heather and Angel.
Heather and Angel. Angel is just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're going back and forth. Look at that. Just completely different pre-impact, at impact, and post-impact.
Yeah, fantastic. Good job.
You know, so this shows the quality and level of these stars. So these people are on TV every Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Every Thursday on IWTV on Uncharted Territory.
See, and I got to start watching that, man. You can tell me about it. I watched one episode with you, and I got to watch more. So, yeah, they're going back and forth. Some super kicks, some top rope maneuvers, of course. Oh, and then we have the cutter, the ace crusher, whatever you want to call it.
So good.
And finally, with all the buildup, Mr. Anthony Greene ends up with his hands on the dong. Now Joey, of course, I'm sorry, what's her name?
And Ava.
Ava comes in to try to help. She ends up connected to the chain of destruction, of dong destruction. And then, of course, Angel comes in. She tries to help.
She's thinking that she can get. Oh no, she
can't.
She's totally part of it.
She too is mesmerized, hypnotized, and captivated by the dong. And then they get flipped, which is what Joey does. And it looked like it's time for the walk-off. He reaches into the trunks for the blow pop. Boom, one blow pop for one Platinum Honey. Boom, another blow pop for a Platinum Honey number 2. And before he can get to Mr. Anthony Greene, Anthony went into the fanny pack and pulled out some white powder. I'm not quite sure what it was.
I'm just gonna say it was probably baby powder.
Probably baby powder, okay. Well, the powder comes out and it blinds our man Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. He can't see what's going on.
But at the same time, the girls are all the Hunnies.
The Hunnies.
The Hunnies are not happy with Retro.
They're not, because they're enjoying.
they ended up getting the walk-off. They didn't get the super kick.
Yep.
But they went over and they started beating on him with those lollipops.
Yes, and then the Joey, who's blind, he finally stumbles his way around. He finds his way to Ava. And he's able to grab her and hit her with the bootplex. And then, of course, I think Angel came in to help, but she too ends up in the bootplex. And next thing you know, as Joey's stumbling around, he can't see, he ends up bootplexing. His own partner, Heather, goes down. And then his,
and Laura
goes down with another bootplex. And finally, the blinded freaking poor Joey Ryan, he can't see what's going on. He bumps into Gail Kim. He goes for the bootplex, but Gail Kim, she is not having it, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
She is not taking that
with
bootplex.
That patented finisher.
Yes.
With that trademark Gail Kim.
What is that called? Do we know?
I've always heard it as a shotgun, some kind of kick.
Well,
it's amazing. We're gonna obviously have it fixed down here.
For sure. I will tell you what, Xavier Woods did a similar movie, called it Lost in the Woods.
Yeah.
I think Enzo called it a jawbreaker, but she did it better than...
Oh no, she's the OG. She's the one that kind of, she may not have invented it. She perfected it. It's kind of the same way as, like, Kenta has to go to sleep.
Oh, for sure.
Punk may have revolutionized it, but, Kenta invented it.
Gail Kim looked fantastic hitting Joey with that boot upside the face. And next thing you know, Mr. Anthony Greene gets involved. He's trying to have a couple words with Miss Gail Kim. She's not
thinking that, just blame Joey, I'm really the good guy. No, not really.
And then, I gotta tell you people, I didn't know what to expect, because as I mentioned before, I missed the Gail Kim era. But after she and Anthony Greene get into it, he shoots her into the ropes. She's able to duck and turn it into a tornado DDT. It was freaking fantastic. If you do not have high spots,
I was gonna say,
you better go get high spots, because
it's signature Gail Kim.
It was beautiful.
It's signature Gail Kim, guys. And then, of course, the Killer Baes grab Anthony and put them into the finisher, the Hunnies.
Yep.
Actually, at the same time, do it to Joey.
Yes,
and in a great reversal.
Yes.
The women beat the men.
Damn right they did, and I was happy to see it.
You know what? Santa delivered yet again.
Santa came through. Gail Kim,
the women
killing it. Then we had the Killer Baes and the Platinum Hunnies both end up with their hands raised victorious. It was a great night for women's wrestling, a great night for the Platinum Hunnies, a great night for the Killer Baes, a great night for Gail Kim, and I gotta be honest, if I'm Joey Ryan or Anthony Greene, it's a great night for me too.
I would not be disappointed in any bit of that. This was easily by far one of my, I don't want to say the best, because almost every match has been phenomenal.
Yes.
But this is near tippy top.
Yep, it was a fantastic match. I loved it. I think it was great. If you ever get a chance to watch Anthony Greene and the Platinum Hunnies, I will watch them. If they ever come back to town, they got my money, they got my ticket, I will be front and center. And of course, the Killer Baes, my first time seeing the original, the OG Killer Baes, and it was fantastic. Great chemistry, great moves, and I loved every minute of it. So 2 thumbs up from the Jag, I'm sure 2 thumbs up from the Encyclopedia, and I think that's it.
I think that's everything, guys. Where do we hang out on social media?
You gotta follow us at MakeMeAFan316 on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And if you hear that squeaking, that's because our co-star Jax Pup, he's killing it right now. But I want you to understand something. We do this literally every day. We have new content every day, 9 a.m. Pacific time. You'll get a new video from Make Me a Fan. So you gotta hit that subscribe button down below. You gotta hit that bionic elbow on the subscribe button so you never miss a video. You can ring the bell so you get an alert whenever a new video is posted. Make sure you like the video, and if you have any comments, you wanna add something, you wanna ask something, you disagree, hashtag prove the Jag wrong. If you agree, hashtag let the Jag know, but put it down in the comments so we know exactly how you're feeling, what you're thinking, because we thrive on this feedback. We like this interaction. We do this for you. So we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.